So today I'm doing a video on my back to school organization tips, and I don't have like a ton of them, but it's all stuff that I used when I was in high school and junior high, so I hope this video is still helpful for some of you anyways. And I don't want it to be like crazy long, so yeah, let's just get started and we'll just jump right into it. So my number one tip for you guys when it comes to staying organized throughout the entire school year is use color. Incorporate color in everything you can. For example, buy different colored binders for each of your subjects and use color dividers in those binders. I know that these dividers usually will come with like little white tabs, and you can just stick them in the little color tabs here and write whatever it is that you want them to be. So you could do like essays in one part of your binder, notes in another, worksheets in another. And these are really helpful because you can just kind of flip open to whatever it is you need to get to instead of having to flip through like pages of essays and then notes and then worksheets and then more notes. It kind of gets confusing that way. So I know that these were really helpful for me because I used to break up my binders into lots of little subjects. So I would really recommend using some sort of color dividers if you guys can get your hands on them. Another thing I would recommend using is colored sticky notes, just like these ones. They come in lots of cute colors and patterns nowadays. So I feel like these are really good to have on hand because what I used to do is I used to stick them in like my novel study books in English class and stuff, and I would just write little notes on them so that when I had to do my tests at the end of the novel study, I could just flip open to like the key notes in the book, and it was so much easier to find stuff that way instead of like going through the entire novel and like reading it all over again. So I actually have like a little example here because I still do this with my books nowadays. So here I have like a book on smoothies, and what I did is I just like bookmarked my favorite smoothies and recipes with sticky notes. So once again, I can just flip open to it instead of having to like search the entire book. And these would work for like a planner or something too. Like if you have like a really important date you need to remember, you can just stick a little sticky note on that page, and then you know to open up to it. And you can also write like little notes to yourself on here so you can just see it, and then you know what it is you're opening up to. So I would really recommend sticky notes too because I know for me I use them all the time and they always came in handy. Another thing that kind of goes along with that is these little colored tabs. And I really like these once again for bookmarking things like in my planners and my recipe books. The only thing that I don't like about them is you can't write on them as easily as you can sticky notes, but they're more durable than sticky notes. Like sticky notes can fold on the edges and stuff, and these don't. So I like both, but I think it's more of like a personal preference thing. Whatever you find would be easier for you to use is what I would recommend going with. But just getting some sort of a thing that you can bookmark things with would be really helpful for staying organized throughout the entire school year, especially when it comes to studying before final exams and tests and stuff. And then of course this next one is pretty obvious, but a planner. I use this one in my everyday life. I just got it at a bookstore downtown at my mall, and I use this one for birthdays and appointments and stuff because when you open it up it has like these stickers, so I can stick like dentist or pay bills or a party or something on there. The birthday stickers have come in handy for me a lot. So for example here on this page, like I had a birthday here, so I just stuck it on there, and then that way when I would just open up to the month I was on already, I would see it and always remember it instead of having to just like remember it in my mind. So these really come in handy. And of course if you don't have a planner that comes with stickers like this, you could just go to the dollar store and get like some star stickers or something and stick them on important days and then write like a little note to yourself beside what it is. So I would really recommend getting a planner, and I know a lot of schools will just provide them for you, but if you want like a cuter one like I did, they're usually sold at bookstores, and there's a lot of cute ones online like on Amazon and stuff. So definitely make sure you use your planner all throughout the year because they really come in handy, and I feel like it's one of the most important things when it comes to staying organized. And then these ones kind of go along with the whole color thing that I was talking about earlier. So I know for me, I used to use these all the time. I just bought like a bunch of colored pens, and then when it comes to doing notes and stuff, it just makes it a little more enjoyable. And also when you're going back and reading over your notes, it kind of makes it easier to find things instead of just having like pages and pages and pages of black pen or gray pencil or something. So if you kind of color code your notes, like you could do subtitles in one color and then your bullet points in another color or something, it makes makes it a lot easier to go back and read over it. And of course it also makes writing your notes a little bit more fun and enjoyable. So I would really recommend getting some sort of a colored pen, even if it's just plain red and blue pens. Switching out colors when you're doing your notes will definitely come in handy when it comes time to go back and study those notes or read over them or whatever it is. And another thing I always used was colored highlighters. So once again with my notes, I would highlight key points and stuff and then maybe put a little sticky note on it or something. So when I needed to go back and study it, I knew exactly what to look for, and I would just highlight like key terms and stuff. And it just makes it a lot easier than going back and having plain black and not even knowing where to look, because color is a little bit more eye-catching. So I would definitely invest in some color pens and highlighters if you can. And another thing I always used to carry with me was one of these envelope folders. So what I did with this is, say I had an essay or something to do at home, so once it was printed out, I would put it in here and then put it with my purse or whatever else I was bringing to school the next day. And it just kind of helped keep my essays and my nice homework in good condition. And it was way easier for me to remember this instead of just like shoving my essay on a counter or something and forgetting about it. So this helped me remember to bring my homework. And then of course when I got it there, it was always stain-free and wrinkle-free and stuff, which I liked because I have OCD like that. So if you guys can, I would suggest getting one of these. But if you can't, you can always make one yourself by taking 2 pieces of colored construction paper and just stapling along the sides and the bottom and then leaving the top open, and then that way you can just kind of tuck your homework in it, and once again it kind of keeps it more safe than it would just out in the open. And then of course you can always decorate it yourself, like make it all cute and write your name on it or something. I know a lot of your parents probably just do the shopping for you and you don't really have a say in it, so of course if they don't get you one, you can always do that, and then that way you can have it like personalized to yourself and it's kind of a little fun DIY project. So that's another thing that I would suggest having on hand, especially if you're in a grade that you have a lot of essays and projects, because it definitely came in handy for me when it came to just keeping my stuff nice. And this next one, once again, is totally optional. It just helped me out a lot, and it's another one of these like bigger envelope folders, and this one has like a bunch of compartments inside of it. So what I would do is I would like tuck my really important essays or my really important quizzes and stuff that I wanted to look back on at the end of the year when it was time for my finals. And I actually use this now too. Like I have all my pay stubs in it from work, and I have some printed out training sheets from work as well. I also have like a couple labels and stuff that I want to do collages with. So I still use that now even, and I've been out of school for a year. And I know that they come in like a lot of cute prints and stuff, so if you can get your hands on one, once again, I would, especially if you have a lot of important stuff, because you can definitely still use it when you're out of school. Mine comes in handy for me big time, and it just kind of helps me keep my stuff organized instead of just having it all loose in my drawers and stuff. And then this last tip I have for you guys, you might all think is super self-explanatory and obvious, but it's just carry a pencil case of any kind. And the reason I say that is because when I got to high school, I stopped carrying a backpack with me and a pencil case. So all I would do is I would go to my locker in between classes and then just grab whatever I needed. But what ended up happening is I would get to class and quite often I would not have a pencil with me, and then I would be stuck trying to find one from somebody else or the teacher, and then you end up disrupting the class and stuff. So I would suggest just carrying a little one. Like I have this one from Juicy Couture, and it's just tiny and I could fit it in my purse, and I don't know why I didn't use one when I was in school, but I really wish I did, because it would have saved me a lot of embarrassing moments of like not having a pencil. And I know that there was like a few times where I had to miss out on doing notes all class because I didn't have anything to write with. And it sucked because then I would have to go back and make up for it like after class or in tutorials the next day and stuff. So I would really suggest carrying a pencil case. Just have like a little one that you can carry a couple pencils and pens and maybe like a highlighter. And then if you can just like stick your sticky notes in there or something, it would be a lot more handy than just carrying a purse and having like open pencils in there, because you never know if you're gonna get to class and like not have one. So take it from me, because I've been there before. Make sure you carry a pencil case with you at all times, even if you don't have a backpack. And that is it for my tips on how to stay organized throughout the entire school year. And like I said, I know I didn't have a lot, but I hope you guys still found this video helpful and that some of you can use some of these tips throughout the school year. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to keep seeing videos from me. I have more back to school videos coming soon. And of course follow me on Twitter. I will link it down below like I do in all of my videos, and I'm only sitting at 60 followers right now, but it's just a lot easier for me to post updates to you guys, and I post a lot lot of pictures and stuff that you guys can kind of see, so I promise you won't be disappointed if you follow me. And also, I made a vlog channel recently and posted my first vlog, so I will of course link that down below with my Twitter, so check it out if you haven't already, and subscribe to that channel as well. So thank you so much again for watching this video, you guys. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you're all having a good day or night wherever you are. So I will see you guys all in my next video, and I will talk to you all soon. Get a glass. And then of course you could always like incorporate dividers in your binders, flip to whatever it. I feel like I'm just rambling. I'm gonna make a tweet about filming. To find it instead of like reading. It's a lifesaver.